A very good day to you all. I'm speaking to you in extraordinary times for not just for Audley but for the whole country. We haven't faced a predicament such as this, crisis one would call it, since way back in the dark days of the Second World War. The whole country has to a large extent gone completely into lockdown on hold. Um, so I thought what I would do is just share some of my thoughts with you as somebody who is running a company such as Audley, but has run a company for many, many years, about how we at Audley are dealing with the situation, but also what we see for the future, not just for us, but for the whole sector in which we operate. Uh, Firstly, on what Audley are doing, our primary responsibility and effort has been directed towards keeping our staff, our owners, our customers, all as safe as we can within the constraints of what is a virulent epidemic. To do that, we have to have obviously respect for government guidelines, but we've always tried to be ahead, if we can, of where those guidelines are at any one point to anticipate where we will be going. That's very hard in a situation as fast moving as this, but I think all of our senior team, all of our employees, without exception, have responded unbelievably well to very fast moving and changing circumstances where they themselves are in danger of personal risk and putting themselves in that situation to ensure that at the same time we do our very best to look after all of those who've put themselves in our hands. As well as caring and supporting people, we're also, of course, have the great advantage in running the villages as we do, that we have an opportunity to have all of you, those of us who are customers, safe within your own homes. We are able to isolate, but still within a supportive community, not just of our staff, but also of your fellow owners and residents, your neighbours. And I know how incredibly supportive you are of each other. And this is where the word community really comes into account. And we're seeing fantastic examples around the country. We at Audley are trying to do our part. This is the time when we've been able to maximise the benefit of advancing technology, the way we can communicate with all of you as our owners, but also using those technological platforms to promote some of the great things that our team have come up with. Those of you who've seen it have now seen the launch of our Together at Home initiative, which is a way of us communicating with each other, but also with you of communicating amongst yourselves as a community, and for us to promote some activities which hopefully mean that whilst in isolation, you're not as withdrawn from activity as you could be. That activity is taking lots of forms, what we will call our daily delights. That's ranging from exercise classes organised by our trainers around the country, which are going online for you to join in with, cookery classes to supplement what is now the Audley Pantry, which many of you will have seen, which gives the opportunity to have fresh made meals ready for you from our kitchen teams, where we can keep them busy providing great, fantastic food, but also essential supplies for you within your own home. It's also extended to us helping you, which I hope you benefited from getting access to external shopping and supplies. It's also fun as well, an ingredient we always are very proud of in Audley Villages. Just because you're on your own, it's really important that you don't feel as cut off from things as you could be. So promoting activity through puzzles, through quizzes, through virtual coffee mornings, and much more importantly, what I'm hearing a lot of, which are virtual drinks parties between us all, the ways of keeping engaged. We think that's been an essential part of what we try to do to keep living within our villages as positive as experience as it possibly could. We're extending that as well to those who we provide care for within the communities. and also to some of those who haven't yet moved into our villages but will be moving in the future, so that even though they may not have the benefits of living in an Audley village at the present time, they can get all of those within their existing family homes wherever they're living, hopefully giving them a glimpse of the benefits of living with us in the future. I mentioned care. The Audley care team have been exceptional through this whole experience. Personally, very brave, but delivering fantastic care in really difficult circumstances. I am permanently touched by them, the number of letters I see from our customers for whom we've provided great care. And I'm incredibly proud of every single one of them, as I am of all of the Audley team, from the most senior to the most junior, for the efforts they're making to keep the Audley flame alive. The one thing I can say about this crisis is it will have an end. I've worked through many where it was hard to predict. 2008 was one, where on earth we were going to end up. We do know that if we follow the rules, we do stick to the principles of self-isolation, that we will suppress this virus, we will push away the worst of it, we will allow the NHS to manage it, and as we're beginning to see signs from around the world, we will come out of it the other side. We're determined at Audley we will come out not only safe, but actually better as a company at what we do, hopefully better engaged with all of you through what we're putting in place. I most of all hope you all keep safe. We'll do our best to keep you not only safe, but having an interesting life through this difficult time. On behalf of me, and I think on behalf of all you two as well, a huge thank you to all of our staff. One of my regrets at the moment is that I can't get out around the villages as I love to do and meet the staff and as many of you as possible. I can't wait to be doing that again, and I promise you, in all of your villages, the mother of all celebrations when we get through this and we can look back at the successes as much as the challenges of these difficult few months ahead. Thank you all very much.